The truth is, low-fat products don't help you lose weight. In fact, they make you gain even more.
What nonsense. What the... What's going on here?
I can explain.
Huh?
You think that this yogurt is healthy only because sugar industry made you believe that.
No, I think it's healthy because it cuts out all the fat from my diet.
But who told you that fat is bad for you? Please.
Are you serious? It's been known for decades. Eating fat causes major problems. For one, it makes you overweight, and also it causes heart disease. Fat is evil.
Is it? And who actually proved this point of view?
Well, I'm sure there must have been numerous studies.
Yes, many. This man here claimed that saturated fat raised cholesterol levels that lead to heart disease.
Finally, someone speaking the real deal.
If only. You see, Ansel Keys was a fraud. At first, his research looked very persuasive. It made him a star in nutrology, and people believed him and followed him for decades. But unfortunately, Mr. Keys had some dirty secrets. Here, we're talking about fabrication of data and wrong findings. Modern research proves that eating products containing fat does not lead to heart disease.
If he was such a bad scientist, why would everyone believe him?
Well, because people with big money wanted his idea to be popular. Coffee?
Wait a second. Who would pay scientists for poor research?
Those who would benefit from making fat a true monster. The sugar industry.
Why would the sugar industry even care?
If people believed that eating fat would lead to coronary heart disease and obesity, then the consumption of fat would go down. And what would people have to eat instead? More carbs, meaning more sugar. Here. The investigation by New York Times proves my point. In the 60s, the Sugar Association paid 3 Harvard scientists about $50,000 to publish a review, blaming coronary heart disease on fat and introducing sugar as a harmless sweetie. Here. Take a look.
That's all awful, of course, but some bad research doesn't prove that eating fat is okay.
Well, biology does. You see, dietary fat is a source of essential fatty acids that the body cannot produce itself. We need that for blood clotting and muscle movement. The body can absorb vitamin A, D, and E only by combining it with fat. And you can find healthy fat in nuts, fish, oily fruit, and vegetables.
That makes sense. But how could all of this just be forgotten?
The sugar fellas, they demonized anything that had to do with fat. Meanwhile, they were making billions by showing that eating a lot of sugar is healthy. This is how they pictured sugar in the 60s.
3 teaspoons of pure Domino's sugar contain fewer calories than 1 medium apple?
Yeah,
That's nonsense.
1 medium apple.
It's smart to stay slim and trim and get Domino's energy lift too. Sugar keeps your energy up and your appetite down.
Well, a small detail they forgot to mention is that sugar can be more addictive than cocaine.
Are you saying that sugar can be as dangerous as illegal drugs?
Oh, no, definitely not saying that. But keep in mind that most studies experiment on rats and not people. But the findings are still disturbing.
What do the studies say?
Well, they say that the consumption of refined sugar can cause a drug-like effect on the subject's behavior. Here. First, it makes you binge, craving for more and more. And later, it creates a tolerance towards the substance, which leads to a withdrawal effect. Simply put, a hangover. And finally, it makes the subject dependent on the new sugary treat. Now tell me, every now and then, don't you have this crazy craving for a nice, delicious, creamy chocolate cake?
I wouldn't mind to have a piece right now, and that's horrible.
Fortunately, you haven't heard the worst part. Eating a lot of added sugar products increases the risk from dying of heart disease.
That's exactly what fat was blamed for.
Meals containing added sugar are very high in calories. Overconsumption can lead to weight gain. Excess weight means high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and failure of the heart.
That's very disturbing, but it still doesn't explain why my yogurt makes me gain weight.
This low-fat diet comes with a trick. Fat gives the product a pleasant taste. If you get rid of the fat, then the product loses its flavor drastically. Do you recognize your yogurt?
No, that's disgusting.
To cover that disgusting taste, you have to add more, and more sugar. Taste it now.
That's my yogurt. I've been manipulated all this time. This is horrible. I feel completely lost. So how am I supposed to get back in shape?
You need to understand that there is no shortcut to being healthy. Having an active lifestyle is always a great start. Eating less junk food and more wholesome, nutritious products also helps. Healthy fats in adequate amounts are good for you, just as natural carbs. And also remember, weight issues are individual specific. It's always a great idea to check in with a doctor to understand what will work best for you. And next time, when you're about to buy something labeled as low fat, think twice.